Hey everyone, welcome to another exciting episode of English Hoot. I'm your host, Lily.
And I'm Sam. Thanks for tuning in. Today, we've got a really special story to share. It's all about chasing dreams, working hard, and not giving up, no matter what.
Ooh, sounds like a good one. But before we get started, Sam, do you know what the title is?
I do, Lily. It's called Nothing is Free. But don't worry, it's not just about paying for things. It's about how everything in life takes hard work.
That sounds so interesting. And hey, it's a great way to remind ourselves that no dream comes easy. All right, let's dive into the story.
Okay, so imagine a small village surrounded by green hills and clear rivers. Sounds peaceful, right?
Oh, so peaceful. I can already picture it. Small shops, little houses, and lots of nature. But there's a guy in this village named Ethan. He's just 20 years old and he has big dreams.
Big dreams. Like, I want to open a restaurant. Nope, wait, a whole chain of restaurants.
That's right. Ethan doesn't just want a small place to eat. He wants to build something huge. But there's a catch. Drum roll. His family doesn't have much money. Like, not even close.
Oh no, not the classic, I want big things, but I have little money story. How's Ethan gonna make this work?
Well, his dad works as a mechanic. He fixes cars all day in a small garage, but it doesn't make much money. And his mom, she cleans houses to help the family. Hard work, but not enough cash.
So Ethan wants to help. He's looking up at the stars one night thinking, how can I give my family a better life? You know what, Lily? I totally get that feeling.
Me too. It's tough when you want to do big things but don't have the resources. So the next morning, Ethan talks to his dad, Thomas.
Ethan tells his dad, I want to do something big. I want to own restaurants and take care of everyone. And what does his dad say?
His dad's response is real, though. He says, Ethan, dreams are not free. If you want something in life, you have to fight for it. Start small, use what you've got, even if it's not much.
Smart advice. But that's a lot of pressure on Ethan. He doesn't have much, but his dad believes in him, and that gives Ethan some hope.
Right. So Ethan comes up with a genius idea. He notices that the village loves fresh bread, but the nearest bakery is far, far away. So he thinks, hey, why not sell bread here? I don't need to build a huge restaurant just yet. Let me start with bread.
But here's the problem. Ethan has no money. Zero. Zilch. Nada.
Sounds like a small problem, but Ethan doesn't give up. He decides to take a bold step. He walks to the next town to talk to the bakery owner.
The bakery owner is an old guy named Mr. Bennett. Now, let me tell you, he's not exactly friendly. Imagine him being the grumpy grandpa of the bakery world.
I love the picture. Ethan, being the brave guy he is, goes up to Mr. Bennett and says, I want to sell your bread, but I don't have money. Can I trust you to give me some bread and I'll pay you back later?
And guess what Mr. Bennett says? Why should I trust you, kid?
But Ethan doesn't back down. He says, because I'm honest and I'll work hard. I promise I won't let you down.
Ah, that's a good answer. Mr. Bennett stares at him, then says, fine, I'll give you the bread for 1 week, but if you don't pay me back, don't come back.
And just like that, Ethan's journey starts.
The next morning, before the sun even comes up, Ethan picks up the bread and starts walking back to his village. Picture this. It's cold, his shoes are old, and the path is long. But Ethan, he's determined.
Wow, that's some dedication. Early mornings, cold weather, and no fancy transportation. Ethan's literally walking to success.
Exactly. He finally gets back to the village and sets up his little bread stand near the park. He's got the fresh bread and he's ready to go. But, uh-oh, the people aren't stopping.
Oh no, the horror. He's selling fresh, warm bread, and no one is buying it. Well, he doesn't give up. Ethan starts offering free samples to the people passing by.
And you know what happens? People try the bread and they love it. Soon, more and more people come over. By the end of the day, Ethan has sold out. Gone. His bread is all gone.
That's a win right there. But it's not over. The next day, Ethan returns to Mr. Bennett and gives him the money he owes.
And guess what? Mr. Bennett just nods and says, "You did well. Come back tomorrow."
So Ethan keeps working hard. Every day, he wakes up early, goes to the bakery, gets the bread, and walks back. Sometimes it's raining, sometimes it's snowing, but Ethan, he never misses a day, not even once.
Talk about a grind. Ethan's feet hurt, his hands are cold, but he smiles at every person who buys from him. He's just happy. He's building something, even if it's small.
After a couple of months, Ethan saved a bit of money. Not much, but enough to buy a cart. This means no more carrying bread on his back. He can push the bread now, much easier.
You know, that cart is like Ethan's first big investment in his business. He paints it blue, puts up a sign that says Ethan's Bread, fresh and warm.
Ah, so official. And then, while he's selling bread one afternoon, a kind customer tells him, "Ethan, you're great at selling bread, but have you thought about baking it yourself?"
Hold up. Baking? Ethan has never baked before, but now this idea is stuck in his head. Should he try?
It's the classic should I take the leap moment. But Ethan remembers what his dad told him. If you want to grow, you've got to take risks. Nothing good comes without effort.
And with that, Ethan decides he's going to learn how to bake.
So, he goes back to Mr. Bennett, the grumpy baker, and asks, "Can you teach me how to bake?"
Mr. Bennett, looking all serious, says, "Why would I teach you? You'll stop buying my bread."
And Ethan's like, "I won't forget what you did for me. You gave me my first chance. And if I make it big, I'll help you too."
You know, I like that about Ethan. He remembers who helped him along the way. Mr. Bennett finally agrees, but not without saying, baking is hard. It takes time, skill, and lots of effort. If you're ready, come tomorrow at 3 a.m.
Whoa, 3 a.m.? That's early. But Ethan, he's there, bright and early, ready to learn.
And guess what happens next? Disaster. Ethan's first few tries at baking go all wrong. The bread is too hard, too soft, or just not good.
Oh no. Imagine baking bread for the first time, and it keeps failing. Ethan feels bad. He wonders, maybe I'm just not good at this. But then, he remembers his dream and his dad's words. Dreams are not free.
So he keeps going. Every day he wakes up early, gets to the bakery, and practices more. And finally, after weeks of trying, Ethan bakes a perfect loaf of bread.
Yes, it's a moment of victory. Mr. Bennett tastes the bread and says, "This is perfect, Ethan. You're ready."
That's amazing! Ethan has learned how to bake, and now he can make his own bread instead of just selling other people's.
So Ethan goes home and tells his family the great news. His mom, Linda, hugs him, and his little sister Emily jumps up and down, all excited. She asks, "Can I help you bake too?"
Ah, that's so cute. The family's really in it together now. And Ethan's not just baking bread, he starts making cookies and cakes too. His kitchen turns into a sweet factory.
Oh, I bet it smelled delicious. Ethan's getting better and better, and guess what? People in the village start noticing. They say, "Ethan's bread is amazing."
That's when the orders start pouring in. People are coming for more than just the bread. They're after those cookies and cakes too. Ethan is making a name for himself.
But just when things are going well, a new bakery opens up in town. It's all shiny and modern with beautiful decorations. And the owner, Lucas, well, he's young, wears fancy clothes, and seems to know what he's doing.
Uh-oh, the competition's here. People start visiting Lucas's new bakery, and guess what? Ethan's sales drop. Yikes, he's worried now.
Oh no, Ethan. He must be thinking, what if everyone forgets about me? But you know what? Ethan doesn't panic. He asks his customers, "What do you like about Lucas's bakery? How can I do better?"
Now that is smart, and the people give him advice. One woman says, "His shop is very clean, and it looks nice." Another man says, "His cakes are pretty, with flowers and designs."
Okay. So Ethan listens and he gets to work. He buys paint and some new supplies, and then, drum roll, he gives his cart a makeover. He paints it bright yellow, adds colorful ribbons, and makes a new sign that says, "Ethan's Fresh Bakes, Made with Love."
That's the spirit. He's not giving up, and it works. His customers start coming back. They see his bright, cheerful cart and taste his new treats. They love it.
And then, just when things are looking up, disaster strikes again. Ethan has a small fire in the bakery. No!
A fire? Oh man, I can only imagine how scared he must have been. The oven breaks, and there's smoke everywhere. But you know what? Ethan doesn't give up. He says, "I'm not stopping now. I've come too far."
Exactly. And guess what? The villagers step up to help him. One man brings flour, another brings sugar, and even Lucas, his competition, comes by and says, "If you need anything, just ask."
That's really kind. It shows that even in a town full of businesses, people can still help each other out. Ethan gets back on his feet, fixes his bakery with the help of everyone, and his shop opens again with a big "We're back" sign.
Things are starting to look up for Ethan again. More and more people come back to his bakery. They tell their friends, "You've got to meet Ethan, the guy who never gave up."
And now Ethan's not just selling bread and cookies. He's adding cupcakes, muffins, and even some cakes. His bakery becomes the place to be in the village.
And guess what happens next? One day, a man in a suit walks into the bakery. He says, "This place feels special. I'm Mr. Wallace. I run a business in the city, and I heard about your story."
Wait a minute, a city business guy is interested in Ethan's bakery? That's huge!
I know, right? Mr. Wallace tries Ethan's banana bread and says, "This is delicious. You have talent. I can see you opening more shops someday."
Wow, talk about a compliment. And that's exactly what Ethan wants. He's not just dreaming about one shop anymore. He's thinking big. He wants more than one bakery.
Yep, but even with all the success, Ethan doesn't forget where he came from. He remembers Mr. Bennett, the old baker who helped him get started. So, one day, he goes back to Mr. Bennett's house with a basket of fresh bread and muffins.
And Mr. Bennett smiles and says, "You've come a long way, Ethan. I'm proud of you."
Aw, that's so sweet. Ethan never forgets the people who helped him, and now he's a successful baker, but he doesn't stop dreaming.
That's right. Ethan wants to give back to others. He starts a weekend class at his bakery called Bake and Believe. He teaches young people how to bake, especially those who don't have money to go to school or don't believe in themselves.
And guess who's his first student? A shy boy named Adam. He asks Ethan, "What if I fail?"
And Ethan says, "Then you try again. I failed many times, but each time I learned something new. Failing is part of the journey."
That's such great advice. It's not about being perfect, it's about never giving up. And years later, Ethan's bakery has grown. He's opened 2 more shops, and now everyone knows his story.
But here's the best part. Ethan is still the same. He still wakes up early, still bakes bread with his hands, and still greets every customer with a smile.
His family helps him too. His mom handles the money, his sister Emily serves cupcakes, and Ethan is proud. He's built a life he's happy with.
And he still believes in the same lesson he learned all those years ago from his father. Dreams are not free, but if you work hard, anything is possible.
And that, my friends, is the incredible story of Ethan's journey. It's about dreaming big, working hard, and never giving up, no matter what.
So remember, if you want to make something great happen, you've got to put in the effort. It's not easy, but it's worth it.
And that's all for today, folks. Thanks for listening to English Hoot. If you loved the story, don't forget to share it with your friends. We'll see you next time.
Bye for now. Keep chasing your dreams, and remember, nothing is free, but everything is possible.